Welcome to core class. This is just 30 minutes of total abdominal domination. We're gonna be warriors, we're gonna be super strong, and at any point, all your 6 little warriors need a break. You just sit back, relax, take a few deep breaths, and you jump right back in where you left off. So don't worry about getting a super high number of reps in any of these exercises. Just focus on quality. So even if that means slowing something down so you get more consistent, stable movement, you have more control over your body, that's what we're going for. And I'll give usually level 1, level 2, level 3, so you can experiment and try levels 2 and 3. But if your body's just really calling for level 1 today, just stick with level 1. You're going to get just as good of a workout, I promise. And yeah, let's do a little warm-up stretch and get into it. We're going to spend some time on our hands as always, so we're going to start with a warm-up for your wrists. Just come into a tabletop position and start with your shoulders right on top of your wrists, and then pull your fingers in just a little bit so your knuckles come up, and then lift your palms off the ground. Instead of having your knuckles pressing out, try and let your knuckles kind of swoop down towards the floor, and then pull your fingers back up towards center, and then just let your palms come close to the floor and just pulse up and down with your fingers. And if you want to add more weight, you can press your shoulders further over your wrists, or you can walk your knees further behind your hips. And you want it to be something where you can crank out 10 to 20 reps without too much effort. I'm just going to warm up our wrists here. And that's probably pretty good. So let's come back down to neutral. Take all of your fingertips to the floor. And this time we're just going to lift our palms. Instead of kind of pressing away from the floor and lifting up, try to keep your arms stacked, your shoulders square, and then press up with the back of your wrist. Try and press the back of your wrist towards your fingernails and just go up and down. And you're going to feel this running from your wrist all the way up your forearms. Hopefully the muscles continue all the way to your elbows. You should start feeling some heat. Just up and down. Yeah. 3 more. 2, 3. Set it all the way down. Take your fingers out, or your wrists out wide, finger space in. And just start rocking back and forth. Dip your shoulders down. Stretch it out. We're going to be doing some work for our spines today as well. So let's go ahead and give our spines some length. Keep your hips on top of your knees and walk your arms out really long for a melting heart. If you notice your hips are going back, just walk your arms more forward. If you feel like there's too much weight in your hands, just sink your hips back so they sit right on top of your knees. You can take your forehead to the floor, or if you have the mobility and the length, you can try taking your chin to the floor, see how that feels. And if you feel any pinching in your shoulders, feel free to take your hands out just a little bit wider. Start to engage your abdominal wall. See if you can squeeze your abs as you exhale. You'll notice your belly lift underneath your rib cage. You feel a little more tension underneath your arms. Lengthen as you inhale. And walk your hands back to center. You can sit on your heels, or if it's more comfortable, you can come into a cross-legged position. Let's just stretch out our side body really quickly. And you can use a block if the hand doesn't come comfortably to the ground. And just lift your left arm up and press it across. With your palm face down, flex your fingers back, and then push your palm to the side wall. And you want to use your hand against the block or against the floor to push down and away. Try to get your elbow to hug in close to your ribs. Get a really deep engagement on your right side body, and you should be feeling this from the top of your hip all the way through your shoulder. Big inhale, reach up. And we'll switch sides. Exhale, press across, get that side body really open. It's going to do a lot of work for us, so we want to make sure it's happy. Flex your fingers back, push through your palm, good job. And see if you can squeeze your shoulder down towards your hip. It's going to give you a little more lift and push up through your right ribs. Inhale all the way back up. And we're going to start on our stomach. So press into a plank pose and hold for about 30 seconds. And just get comfortable in your plank. And if your wrists are bothering you today, you're more than welcome to take a plank with your fingers wrapped around the edges of a block. That way you can put more weight in the ball of your hand and less in your palms. You can also take high blocks and take your plank poses throughout class on your forearms. Or you're more than welcome to also take your plank on your fists if the wrists are really bothering you today. Hold steady. Find your tailbone. See if you can tuck it down towards the ground and pull your belly button closer towards your ribs. Put a big arch behind your shoulders. Get really strong. And a micro bend through your knees, through your elbows, and try and put a scrunch in the mat beneath you. Pull everything towards center. For 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down. Lower your chest to the mat. Come all the way onto your stomachs. Squeeze your heels together. And reach your arms back behind you. Flatten the back of your neck. Pull your chin in towards your throat. And reach your hands back behind you. Find your shoulder blades. Try to pull them together. Nice job. Squeeze your glutes. Push your feet into the floor. And then just gently rock up and down. Inhale as you lift. Exhale. Float down and hover. Two more. And come all the way back up neutral with your arms out on the T. This time, try to keep your neck and your chest flat. Keep them lifted, but staying in one position. And then pulse the back of your hands up towards the sky. Try and really lift with the base of your wrist. Start to take your hands back a couple degrees. So typically when people say core, they just think, six-pack abs. Core is everything from your hips down, up to your shoulders, everything that stabilizes the spine. Just take your hands back a couple more degrees, 45. Flip your palms, face up, right beside you. Press, press, press. Out in front, palms face down and lift. And take a rest, take your left ear to the floor, shake out your hips. And you can even take your hips off the ground, pull your knees in towards your belly and feel a little pull in your low back. Set it down, take your arms back out into a T. And reach your right arm as far across your body as you can. And then lift your left arm as high as you can without your right hand touching the floor. You're going to feel a lot of engagement along the right side, the lower portion of your spinal erector. Try and see if you can relax the left side a little bit. Squeeze into your right shoulder, lift up a little bit higher for your chest, press down to your right foot. Exhale to neutral. Inhale, reach as far across your body with your left hand as you can, and then reach your right arm up as high as it goes. Press down with your left foot, see if you can take your left shoulder back just a little bit further. Steady through your breath. Exhale, come down, press back into a child's pose. Take 2 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Walk yourself all the way up into plank. Take your legs out a little bit wider than normal, maybe to the outside edges of your mat. And then reach your right arm out beside you. And you can hold here, feel deeper engagement across the front of your body. Pick up your left leg at the same angle, right out behind you to the left. Try to stay balanced. When you feel your belly button sinking towards the floor, just pull it back up under you for 3, 2, 1. Set it down and switch. Start by taking your hand off beside your shoulder. Once you feel stable, kick your right leg out beside you. Pull your belly button in. Steady breath. Grip the mat with your right fingertips for 3, 2, 1. Set it back down. Come all the way into your forearms. Low plank. Find a steady breath. You can take your hips up a little bit higher if you're feeling it too much in your low back. And inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, pull your knee all the way as close as you can to your elbow. It may just hover in the middle of your mat. And maybe you can take it all the way forward for 3, 2, 1. Inhale back. Exhale, knock out 6, 6. Exhale forward, 5. Try to go for your armpit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down, switch sides, lift your left leg up and hold. Find that tilt in your hips, make sure your tailbone is pointing down towards the ground. Exhale, knee to elbow, or maybe it just hovers in the middle of your mat. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale to knock out 6. Exhale, squeeze. See if you can bring your knee up a little bit higher each time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
one, set your foot back down, and just slowly start taking your hips off side to side. Don't go so much as to cause pain in your spine. So if it doesn't feel comfortable to dip your hips all the way down, just come down halfway and maintain a really stable core as you rotate. But if it feels good, you're more than welcome to touch your hips all the way down towards the ground. And remember to breathe, 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 breathe. All right, back to neutral. Take your left arm to the ground, reach your right arm up high. This is our level 1 side plank. You want to take it to level 2, press down with your right foot and hook your left foot around behind you. It's going to give you a little bit more engagement. And if you want to make it even harder, float your left foot off the ground behind your right leg. Just a few more deep breaths. Taking you down as needed. Let's roll straight to the opposite side. You can start with both feet down. You can take the left leg up if you like. If you want to really work on your right side body, press your left foot flat to the floor like it's the Warrior 2 pose. Hook your right foot around. If you want to take it up a step, unhook your right foot and float it behind you. 3 more deep breaths. Keep that good squeeze in your right side body. Don't let your hips sink down. Keep your hips pressing up. So you get almost this like banana shape potentially through your side body so you know you're really squeezing and engaging. 1 more breath. And back onto your forearms. Walk your hands back. Take a big forward fold. We're going to do the really, really hard stuff at the beginning of class and just knock it out of the way. So I know you're not going to want to do it here in the next 5 minutes. So grab your blocks and grab your towel. Yeah, this is the fun stuff. And you're just going to place yourself in a plank pose with the balls of your feet on your towel. So this is going to be level 1. The higher the blocks are, the easier this shape is going to be. It's like taking a half forward fold, back into plank, half forward fold. The lower you take your blocks, down, down, maybe even no blocks, it's going to make it significantly harder to come back and tap your wrists. We want it to be accessible. We don't want it to be so insanely hard that you just can't do more than 10 repetitions. So come to a place where you know you can knock out at least 10, and then try and get to 10. If you can go past 10, see if you can move past that threshold. Strong plank. And you can bend your knees if the hamstrings aren't super loose right now. You can pull your knees into your chest almost like you're taking a crow pose. Make sure the bendy part of your elbows press back and not out to the sides. Exhale as you come in. Tuck your chin into your chest. And soften all the way down. We're still going to use our blocks, and again, you can shift the level if you want to make it a little bit easier, a little bit harder. And pull your toes up underneath you, your knees in between your hands, and start by just lifting one knee up towards your forehead, and if you can, push down enough in your blocks to lift your other knee off the ground, but just leave it gentle. And then we'll switch and pull one in, and you can rotate back and forth if you like, or you can just hold one static in and then switch after a breath or two. You don't really need a towel for this one. You're just like lowering and lifting, lowering and lifting. Or you can just hold this big tall tuck. And set it down. I know you feel those abs engaging. All right, good job. Let's come back to our mats. This time, go ahead and come all the way on your bottom and take a block with you. Oh, so we want some low abdominal engagement today. Take the block, place it between your feet. Take your hands behind you for support so you don't curve in your spine. You want to keep your spine up nice and tall. And then just pull your legs up and pull your knees slightly in. You want to find that sweet spot where you feel like you can hold on for a good amount of time. You want to start to feel it right here at the base of your hips. And then maybe you start to feel it creep up towards your belly button. If you want to add a little, you can reach your hands forward and press up with your rib cage for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll back, lift up. And then take your hands, try and tap the block, and tap your toes. You can put a little bend in your knees if you need. Now we're working like the topmost portion of our abdominal wall. Strong exhale on the way up. And roll your shoulders all the way back with your arms straight up in the air. You might have to bend your knees. Try and tap your your toes to meet your fingers. You're going to try and just lift your tailbone off the ground a little bit. Now we're working the lowermost portion of your abdominal wall. Keep a tight squeeze on your block. Keep your arms straight up overhead. Let your legs, your hips do all the work. And set your feet all the way down and take some resting crunches. Just rock up and down on your shoulders. Reach your hands towards your knees. You got it. This is our resting place. This and plank pose are going to be the places where we can come back, find our breath. We're still keeping activity levels high, but not so intense. We just lose control of our bodies. Stay active, stay engaged. Alright, lower abdominal leg drills. Take your hands underneath your hips, or just give your tailbone a little bit of a lift. And take your legs out long, and tuck your elbows underneath your triceps, your shoulders underneath your back. Take your chin gaze towards your toes, and then just lift your heels off the ground. Make sure you feel supported in your low back. So the elbows coming in, you can kind of press down through your elbows. If you feel like this big arch in your low back, press through your elbows and pull your stomach back in. Nice job. It's like a super strong fish pose. And then bring your legs up a couple inches. And if you need to, you can really walk your elbows under for support. And if your ribs are poking up, lift your legs up a little higher and pull your ribs in. Keep your abdominal wall engaged. Lift up a little bit higher. And a little bit higher. As high as you can go. Tuck your forehead in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Start lowering down, but keep it slow. Just hold. Same way we came in. A little bit further. Take your chest back and hold. Keep your heels squeezing together a little bit further and hold. Just hovering off the ground now, back in our starting position. And then come all the way back up and hold for 10, 9, 8, you got it, you got it, you got it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow, set it down a few degrees and hold. Keep your belly button pulled in, set it down a few degrees and hold. We're going to do one more of these. Down a few degrees, just hovering, let your back sink down. Exhale all the way to the top. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, keep squeezing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it all the way down. Nice and slow. Come all the way onto your stomachs. Wow. All right. Lower abdominal wall, back focus. Let's take it back to the back. This time we're going to start with our hands beside us. You can even take your hands up to 90-degree cactus arms if you like. And lift your legs off the ground. Let your upper body relax. Let your shoulders, your neck relax. Store all the strength in your glutes, in your hamstrings, your calves, point your toes. And then just start flipping side to side like you're swimming through the sea with your giant mermaid or merman tail. If you experience any sciatic pain, this is strengthening all the muscles around your sciatic nerve. This is a good action to perform to help alleviate some of that. And really find a push with your ankles. When you're going to the left, push with your right foot. When you're going to the right, push across with your left foot. Get your inner thighs involved. Keep your shoulders and your neck soft. And set it down. Nice job. Take your left arm out in front of you. Thumb up. Lift your left thumb and lift your right leg. And pulse the two up towards the sky. And switch. Right arm out in front, big thumbs up, left leg kicks. And pulse up. Push down with your right foot for deeper engage with your low back. Point your toes. And set it down. Lift your whole body up. Reach back. Nice job. Let's get the whole sway in there. Reach side to side. Just like a little penguin. And you can even make a banana shape through your body. You can get your legs involved and pull your knees towards your fingers. Y'all having fun yet? Well, you'll be having fun when you're at school and you're like, look at these six packs. Yeah. Set it down, come back into your child's pose. Yeah. Push your hands forward, squeeze your abs, give your back a little bit of a stretch. Take 2 deep breaths here. All right. Back to the lower abdominal wall. Got a good one for you. Come to your hands and knees. And you can do this from a tabletop pose. This will be level 1. We're going to take our knee, right wrist, and then try, tuck your left toes under, pull it all the way into your armpit, and just engage this lowermost section of your abdominal wall. So you can pull all the way up, and just lower back down, up, and down. Press back as you lift up, come forward as you lower down. And if you want to make this more challenging, you can step back into a 3-limbed plank, and down, and up. Tuck your chin when you curl in, extend your neck when you go down. Big exhale really helps. And switch. Feel free to start in your tabletop or end in your tabletop. Just take a couple warm-up pulses. And if you're ready to extend all the way into your 3-limbed plank, go ahead and do so. Sit down, go all the way back onto your bottoms. And we're going to take some V-ups. You have option no block, 1 block, or 2 blocks. If you have no block, you're just going to go up. You can simply come and tap your knees if this is where you want your V-up to end. You can come all the way up and tap your toes. Or you can take a block. You can pass it between your hands and feet, or your hand and your knees. Or you can take 2 blocks for extra weight and just tap them together. All right, start cranking them out. Yeah. Try not to touch the ground with your feet or your hands. Keep your body engaged the whole time. And we don't touch the ground because that allows us to work on our stabilizer muscles. We really have to control our end range of motion. If we let the ground do the work for us, our body's just going to come to expect that. It's not going to learn how to stop itself in these really extended ranges of motion when we're bearing weights. Exhale on the way down to help squeeze your abs and slow your momentum. And set it down. Take your hands under your hips. Lengthen your legs straight up. Now, this is going to feel a lot easier. Take your legs out wide for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover down across the floor, legs wide, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't have to go that slow, but keep it slow. Keep making big circles. Up, out, down, and back through. And try and engage at the base of your hips. Don't let your legs just drag you down through the air. Pull your heels down towards the ground. Pull your heels together. And it helps to flex your toes and push out through your heels. So the top portion of your legs stay engaged. So instead of fighting gravity, you're pushing through it. Switch directions. Not only does this work your lower abdominal wall and your transverse abdominis, this also gets you really strong around the bowl of your hip where your femur finds its socket. And set it down, take some crunches. One more exercise, take a little pause. Hopefully these feel a lot easier now. You may feel like you can just go beyond your knees. Alright, last exercise. Take your hands back under your hips. Press your feet straight up to the sky. Put a little pressure down through your hands, but try and let your lower abdominal wall do all the work. Press your heels straight up and lift your hips. And then take your hips right back down to the floor, slow and controlled. Up and down. Now that we have that motion, we're going to link it with another step. Take it a little bit further. So you're going to press up with your hips, and you can either tuck your knees to your forehead and stop there. So do like a little press and tuck, and then slowly extend your legs into an upside down forward fold, and roll your spine back down, legs in starting position. Or if you like, you can press, tuck, and extend, tap the floor behind you, and then slowly roll all the way down through your plow pose. If you want to make it a step harder, take your hands from beside you and place them up overhead, palms face up, so you can't press with your shoulders. You have to do the whole thing with your abs. And if you're curious about how to do handstand presses, this exercise is crucial. So if that's on your bucket list, you're really familiar with this drill. Keep your legs as close to you as you can as you come back down to neutral 90 degrees. Come all the way up. Wow. Guess how many minutes we have left in our core class? None. Yeah, that was 30 minutes. Now we're going to do a little cool down stretch. Make sure we're in good standing order. So come to a tabletop, Do some wrist push-ups. Yeah, really? Finally, you're getting on my level. Let's do another half hour. I like it. Yeah. Like we can keep going. The two muscles in your body that have this like really profound ability to just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze are your legs and your abs. Your legs can do when you walk and stand all day long, and your abs, you can work out your abs every single day of the week if you want. Take a few cat-cows. And some things that will happen once you develop more abdominal strength. You'll notice you have a much higher metabolism. You get a lot better digestion. Your internal organs are always a little bit more flushed and clean. Take your hips side to side. You're also going to notice better posture, less low back pain. And in yoga, we associate that energy center in our body with lots of willpower, lots of creativity and strength. So you might notice you're just a lot stronger with your boundaries, your sense of self. Take your arms out for a melting heart. Then from your melting heart, you can transition into Sphinx pose. Take your shoulders on top of your elbows. Set your stomach down to the floor. Just rock side to side with your shoulders. Press down through your feet, get into your low back. And then you can take your hands where your elbows are. Elbows back behind you. Take a big up dog or a cobra. Again, side to side. We'll finish off a little psoas stretch. So pull your left knee to your left wrist. Scoot your right leg back. And then twist to your left side, internally towards your left leg. Push your right leg down. Yeah, there you go, Bridget. And you should feel this coming from the inside of your femur all the way up through the front of your hip, and maybe even across your low back a little bit. All the way back to neutral and switch. Ah, feels so good. All right, that was 30 minutes of core. Congratulations. Yes. It's like you just want to have a high five after doing something like that. All right, thank you all so much for participating.